We have just received the green light for the landing operation on Baltijsk Peninsula. The Russian Baltic Fleet is currently resupplying in the harbor of Kaliningrad and will soon be ready to take the sea. Taking control of this peninsula would trap them in the lagoon, rendering them basically non-operational in the region. Our troops are ready to storm the beach, but according to our latest satellite data, a mobile coastal artillery battery is defending the harbor. These guns must be silenced before we can launch the main assault, or this will turn into Omaha Beach 2.0. The guns have been spotted here. This is a battery of Barrick 152mm howitzers. They can detect and engage fast-moving targets above the water. That includes ships and helicopters. Local intel reports that a battery of surface-to-air missiles is present on the south bank of the lagoon, but the precise position of each launcher is unknown as they're relocated every day. That makes a missile or airstrike way too hazardous. Our best option is to send in a light force to eliminate the anti-air and artillery batteries by surprise and open the way for the main landing. They don't expect that kind of attack, so the ground forces in the area are limited. Commander, you will be in charge of the first wave while I organize the main landing. Prepare your troops, but remember, it's a one-time opportunity, so it's make or break. Make it happen, Commander. Good luck. My ships cannot approach as long as the coastal battery located in this fort is operational. The anti-air missiles are located on the other side of the canal. A Russian missile battery generally consists of 6 vehicles. 2 of them have been located on the beach, but the others must be hiding in the nearby city. The reconnaissance group has made contact with the enemy and reports the presence of a tank company defending the area. I hope you brought some dedicated anti-tank units with you. If not, use smoke and buildings to your advantage.
Hello everyone, this is Eagle and welcome in this new exciting game, Broken Arrow. So the developers of this game have decided to release a demo version which basically contains only one mission where you get to play as US troops against the Russians. So the game really looks promising in terms of graphic, in terms of units, tank fighting and armored warfare. So I had the chance to play this mission, which is, by the way, very challenging. I actually repeated this mission multiple times in order just to get the hang of the concept on how to play this game. So the game actually reminds me with a very famous game that I love and I consider one of the best, if not the best, RTS game ever released, which is basically World in Conflict. So long time after World in Conflict actually was cancelled or stopped, I was looking for a game that looked exactly the same. And I was able to find a game which not exactly the same but could look alike, which basically was War Game at that time. So I started playing War Game, but it was not exactly what I want. So after some time, Steel Division got released, and there was some other trials to have a game as terrific as World in Conflict. But for the first time in long time ago, I see a game which actually looks like World in Conflict, and maybe even it will be much better. So I started here by deploying my units. The gameplay is really challenging, so you will need some time to learn, and there is no training at the moment. Only if you press F1 you will get some hotkeys or information about the hotkeys that you should use. There are, of course, some observations about the game, but so far I found this game is really terrific. I like the supply system of this game, and everything here counts. So if you have a transport, you actually need to keep it safe or send it back to the base in order to use it again and supply your troops with more infantry. Otherwise, you will suffer from long time until you are able to produce more units or bring more transports to carry your troops, basically. As you can see here, this is the Javelin, or the Cored Dragon here. It's an anti-tank weapon which has a very long range.
That missile launcher is gone. Good.
And in this mission, I'm trying to achieve the objective, which is basically killing all these rocket launchers. As I said, the game looks exactly like World in Conflict, but maybe even better. One thing I like that they also care about the cinematic of the game, so they have some cutscenes, and we are only talking about a mission that is actually demo. So imagine how it will be
Missile launcher taken out.
in the actual release. So I lay some smoke fire in order to advance my units. You have different types of units and you have really big arsenal. Of course, in this demo mission, we are not using all of them. We are only allowed to use some units. But you do have Marines, you have the Recon Marines also. And you have some anti-tank squads like this Dragon unit. And you do also have artillery support. Basically, in this mission, you can use mortars or mortar vehicles that can fire on the enemy from long range, actually. The one thing that may be missing here is basically the line of sight. You cannot get an actual line of sight unless you press T like this. And it will tell you if this enemy is within the range or he's outside of the range. So basically T is for target, target the ground or something like that. So it will tell you that this ground is within the line of sight or it is out of range. But there is no line of sight, separate line of sight system like the ones you see in Field Vision, for example. It's not a big deal. Maybe it will be added later, or maybe it will only be like this. While advancing, you really need to be careful because troops really can get killed in seconds if you are not careful while advancing. Taking cover is one of the most important things in buildings. Buildings have also capacity, so they actually take certain number written here. As we can see, some buildings take 32 and some other buildings take more. So I'm laying support fire by the mortars and then advancing my troops into the buildings. I'm not laying much on the vehicles here because the vehicles in this mission are a bit weak, and usually vehicles set ducks while fighting through buildings. Let's talk a bit about the support system here. So the support system here is actually, and I mean by the support, I mean the supplies or the logistics here. It is very different than the ones we see in War Game or the ones we see in Steel Division, for example. So basically, usually what we are used to is that you just bring a supply truck and that supply truck do the rest. It will heal the units and maybe fix the vehicles, but that is not the case here. Here, everything is separate, so you get the supply truck alone, but then you have to load it with the supplies. And you can also load it with infantry along that, so it can carry this infantry to the position which you want to deliver the supplies as well. So once you reach there, you have to drop the supplies and then drop whatever you are carrying, and then the vehicle, basically the transport, will be useless. It's not gonna be used. So you can just send it back to base, and it is always better to send it back to base because you will get to use it later. So when you need more supplies, you can load the same truck, of course from this menu on the left side, as we can see here, and then load it with other supplies and bring it again, and so on. So vehicles here matters. You need to be careful not to get your transports destroyed, as I said in the beginning, because if you lose your transports, you will not find something to bring the units for the reinforcement, and basically they will have to come on foot, and that's something you don't want to do because the maps here are really big, as we can see. So of course weapons here have different ranges. So a unit like this Dragon, for example, can really hunt the tanks from very far, while the infantry has some anti-tank weapons which can also target tanks, but they can target from closer range. That's why I'm keeping, for example, my armored vehicle here far, because if I come closer, they can destroy it with anti-tank weapons. We are advancing good so far. Here, for example, I am bringing this Marines, and I get to choose which type of transport I can transport them with. There is one tank here which is trying to target this LAV, so I pull it back. So the moment I bring the Marines, then I will get the transport back, as I said. As you can see, these armored ABCs, they fell into the trap of my infantry because they came close, so I was able to destroy one of them. Units also get to fire smoke if you press X while using them. So they will fire a smoke round to protect them. And you can always rely on the smoke barrage from the mortars, actually. So my Marines here are being fired upon by this tank. One thing I noticed is that you don't have actually some information about the enemy. So basically, if you see this tank, it doesn't tell you what type of tank is this, or what are the stats of this tank, what weapons it carries. Something which I really hope that can change, because this information is really important when while you are playing against the AI or even a normal player. So here, for example, as we can see, I selected some supply along with a unit, and here I'm sending the transport back to the base so I can use it later. So I was saying that you just see that you have infantry or you have a tank, but you don't know actually what type of tank is this or what type of infantry is this. or their stats, so that's something that I hope it change in the final release. One thing also that
Platoon of naval infantry has been spotted crossing the canal. Prepare for a counteroffensive.
Okay, so we have some naval units coming here to counter our infantry or our advance. So we need to basically pull our troops to resupply them using this supply. So I'm bringing them all inside this circle before the navy, the Russian navy start to attack. One thing I was also saying that related to the graphic interface or the user interface of the game, as we can see, it's all in white, and some even of this UI, some are transparent, or actually all of them are transparent. So some people might like this, but to be honest, I didn't like that. I feel that this white and transparent UI is not the best thing. It's all, of course, a small thing, but I would advise if it can be changed to some kind of another color, or even it should have a background at least. So this naval advance is coming towards my units now, but I'm using the mortars effectively to kill all these units. And this tank is trying to hunt this LAV, and I'm trying to back down as fast as I can. Reverse. There is a reverse button which you can use to reverse your vehicles. We still need to hunt that tank and kill it, because it's causing threat to our units. I encountered also some bugs, which is basically related to the fact that when you try to issue an order, sometimes the units don't respond to that order, or don't carry the order. Like if you press Q, and this is what we know in a Steel Division as move hunt, or basically the unit will move, and when it finds an enemy, it will start engaging that enemy. But sometimes when you issue that order, the units get stuck and just they do nothing. You have to issue it multiple times in order for them to comply.
The entire tank platoon has been destroyed.
Great, so you were able to destroy all the tanks in this city. So now our job will become easier. Other thing I like about this game is the graphics. The graphics are really great. The tank models, the modeling of the units looks really real. The animation also is great. The game was laggy a little bit, but I think this might get optimized later, so I wouldn't judge this now. As we can see, this is just a first impression about the game. But from what I see until this point, I can see that the game is really doing so good. It's really fantastic. I like it, and I think it's much better than other games that are around. And to be honest, I haven't seen a game that good in a long time, especially in the RTS category. So really good job that the devs did with this game. So I was able to advance my troops, and I'm heading for this launcher.
Let's take that building. Negative. Cannot comply. Moving. Marines incoming.
The music also is very good. I mean, I'm one of the people who like to have suspense music during the gameplay. It just makes it feel more fun. So I like the soundtrack. I like the music so far.
Order ready to engage, sir. Roger, moving to next waypoint.
And I have a feeling that this game will have a strong story. A good one. Let's hope that. And to be honest, I can't wait for this to be fully released to play it. So hopefully we will hear about the release date soon. So far still there is no release date.
Order at your command, sir. Artillery relocating. Labs standing by. Pushing forward.
So moving my units, trying to get the final thing, the final rocket launchers, and I am being fired upon the whole mission from this fort, the other island.
Missile launcher
It has really some heavy artillery that keep bothering me.
That was the last missile launcher.
Okay.
Air assets are now available. You can call in helicopters from the reinforcement panel. Now cross the canal, destroy the guns, and take control of that fort. Once it's done, establish a defensive perimeter. Enemy paratroopers are mobilizing as we speak.
Okay, great. So we took control of this island, and now we should be able to move to take down this fort and destroy this annoying artillery which have been bothering us since the start of the mission. So now I called in some transport helicopters. So the Osprey and the Celion to move my troops to the next side of the map, to the other island basically. But first I need to basically regroup and supply them and heal the troops before I start moving. Also calling some recon units with this LAV. I can't say enough that I am really fan of this logistic system that these guys build in this game. I like it. You have the choice also to call here the AH Viper, the AH-1Z. Okay, I'm moving all my units now to this circle just to supply them. I wanna say that this mission is really tough actually. I played it multiple times, as I said in the beginning, just to get the feeling of how things should work. And it is not easy. The AI is really good. It knows how to fight you.
Roger, moving out. Recon vehicle, send traffic, over.
Okay, so we are moving all of our units now to this circle.
Reconnaissance, ready for action. Lab here.
See the graphics, really nice. You also get that feature which you have in Steel Division and War Game basically, and I think in Warno as well, where you can focus on the unit and see the animation that the unit does. So I am moving whoever unit that can be amphibious, I'm moving it through the canal just to start landing on the other side. So now I'm moving the Osprey to take some of these units. Also, the transport helicopters basically have some capacity, which you cannot go beyond that. So I think the Osprey has less capacity than the... Yeah, it has 26 as we can see, and now I filled it with 21 unit, and now it's
What are you doing, Commander?
20.
Take that fort and establish a defensive.
So this guy will keep annoying us until we finish the mission. He really adds some stress. Yeah, so I filled the Osprey now. I'm filling the other trooper.
Standing by. Recon vehicle ready for action. You got something to lift?
So the Stallion, the Super Stallion here has better capacity actually. It has 30. It can have 30 infantry in it. I'm bringing another trooper or another Osprey just to make things faster. Of course, you get points per minute, as we can see, which is a standard thing we also see in other games like Steel Division and War Game, or all these kind of games. And it was introduced first actually by World in Conflict. So this has been around for some time. So I keep filling my units
CH-53 heavy lifter here.
in the troopers under the artillery barrage from this fort. So now I'm gonna destroy these just to silence them, because they are causing me lots of trouble.
Osprey ready.
Orcon here.
Osprey is mission ready.
Brilliant graphics, to be honest, and brilliant animation.
Osprey standing by.
So my mortars are amphibious as well, and I put them in the sea just to avoid them being hammered by the artillery.
Osprey awaiting mission.
Okay, we still have some troops that needs to be transported, so we are gonna carry those after we drop the other ones. But before that, we need to destroy this artillery that is annoying us. Okay, here is the artillery, and the recon unit are taking charge of this. They also have some anti-tank weapons that they can use.
Force recon here. Enemy located.
Okay, we destroyed one.
Force recon ready. Pushing forward. Lock and load. We're moving. Orcon ready.
Okay, destroyed the second. There is one left.
Silent, deadly. Sweeping the area.
Match your motor. We gotta
Marines
go.
Force recon here. Send traffic. Force recon ready.
Of course, it took me some time to figure out how to use the units and all of that. I hope that when the game release, it will have training missions and guides on how to use this.
Now take that fort and establish a defensive perimeter.
Of course, I will ignore that guy. I'm not gonna take this point now, because the moment I take it,
What are you doing, Commander? Take that fort and establish a defensive.
so the moment I take it, they will start attacking me, and I need to hold my position.
CH-53 heavy
So I just need to prepare first my troops before I start taking this position and fortified. So I need to carry my troops over, and I also brought some transport. And one thing here that you guys should know that even these planes can carry the supplies that is dropped by your transport. So that is really one cool thing. I didn't see that they can carry tanks or vehicles so far, but maybe during the game there will be something that can carry those. We don't know. But for the time being, they can only carry infantry and the supplies. That's what I experienced during my gameplay. So now I'm trying to surround the fort and put my troops around just to fortify the area, and then after that I will take this high ground. So I will be moving my units also to this building, and I'm just firing in case there are any soldiers there. I need to surround the whole area to make sure that I can build a perimeter, because once you take this land you will not have actually enough time to defend this position. Okay, we are filling our troops here.
CH-53 here. Flight path updated. Tilt rotor aircraft here.
Okay, we start transporting our troops to the other side.
DZ in sight. Prepare to unload. Osprey reporting in. Copy that. Unhooking immediately. Osprey away.
One thing I like also are actually the dialogues that the units, the infantry, the vehicles keep talking, and they really have some good voice over there. They did some good job with the voice over for this game. I think this game was going to be a big hit, but let's see. Okay, my marines are now in the open, and I'm trying to target that building or put my marine in this building. As we can see also, I'm sending my transport helicopters back to the base so I can reuse them later. I supported the marines with the LAVs, and now this building is clear. So I'm almost completing the surrounding of the fort. And of course this guy won't shut up until we take that fort. But we have to secure ourselves first. So I'm doing it my way, not his way.
We have a building to secure. Force recon standing by. Force recon ready.
Order ready. Send mission. Order ready. Send coordinates.
So while I'm moving my units to take positions around the fort, I am also supplying some of them.
Move your asses, maggots! 18 specialists here. Go ahead. Shut up and let's go. Landing assistance team. What can I do for you? Get your gear. We're moving out. Marines, stand
These stingers are also important because they can protect us against any choppers attack or something. any helicopters that try to attack us or any jets. So we have moved everything across the map, and now we are trying to surround the fort.
Force recon here.
And now we are going to take the fort.
Roger. Time for a walk. Take a leg. Run.
By the way, if you press Z while you are moving the unit, they will start running,
Who needs support?
but only for a short limited of time to reach the position faster that you want them to reach. So I'm moving some marines forward. I have placed this dragon in one building that overlooks the road.
Force recon at your command. On the double squad.
Also moving some of my recon forces ahead. I'm just waiting for my units to reach those buildings before I take the fort.
Standing by. Base of fire in that building.
I'm being fired upon, okay, from this building. So maybe I can use the artillery, which I am doing exactly. So we have lots of infantry unit in this area, and that's why I wanted to position my units first. Some naval Russian troops. Okay, and we are finally able to clear some of the buildings. We lost some units, but it's okay.
Swift, silent, dead. Roger.
Now we are gonna take the fort,
Recon vehicle.
trying to
What are you doing, Commander?
position ourselves.
Take that fort and establish a defensive.
This guy has no patience at all.
Shut up and let's go.
Order ready. Send coordinates.
Orcon here. U.S. Marines ready for duty. Check that building.
Moving one of the units to supply these buildings. As you can see, these buildings here, because they are big, they have the capacity of 64.
The enemy paratroopers have taken off
Infantry.
and should be on you any minute now. My ships are on their way. Your orders are to hold your position until the arrival of the landing party.
Okay, now we are gonna hold the fort, or try to,
Hold in that position.
for some time. There is
These buildings overlooking the fort will make your position indefensible if enemy troops take them. Hold this position as long as you can.
okay, we already moved some troops there, so we are having control of that position. There is no time or timer that counts for the
Force recon ready.
defense of this position, but we will know when this guy
Call for fire.
kill us,
Fire coordinates received.
this general.
Who needs support?
Devil dogs here.
Okay, we found some infantry hiding there, so we are firing on them. So there are markers on the map in where the Russian airborne is expected to land. And here we go. There are
This is it. The enemy paratroopers are here.
yeah, we know that already. We can see them. So these guys are dropping now. Let's hope we can defend this. Okay, the Stinger's trying to destroy these planes, but these are very heavy planes.
Mortar ready. Send mission. Roger. Moving to next waypoint.
Okay, the troops have landed, and this is the silence before the storm.
Marines standing by.
Also some armored vehicles approaching. Okay, great. We are destroying them.
Mortar ready to fire.
Okay, they have some mortars here also, which are gonna cause us some trouble, so that's why I'm trying to catch them with the LAV mortars. Let's see if we can do that.
Solid copy. Fire mission received.
It is not easy to destroy vehicles using mortars. That's what I noticed. But they can destroy infantry, and the most important thing that they can suppress them. So this red thing means that they are suppressed. So they will perform this better. Okay, they are pushing some ABCs. And lots of infantry.
Requesting orders. Mortar engaged. What are your orders?
You can also change the type of the barrage that you want to do, like this one. This is creeping barrage, for example, or you can do a line barrage, or just a simple zone that you can fire your artillery on.
Mortar engaged.
We are trying to hold.
Ready to engage, sir. Fire mission received.
Lots of units. This is an overwhelming attack against this hill, but we are doing our best to hold.
Mortar ready. Send quarter at your command, sir.
I'm taking good defensive positions, so hopefully this can delay these guys as much as we can.
Ready to fire. Repeat. Call for fire received.
Rangers in combat. Send your orders. The landing party is almost there.
Great.
Hold tight.
Available, sir. Who wants a skylight for his house? Fire coordinates received.
Anti-tank team at your order. Roger, move and secure.
Let's move this dragon ahead just to try to spot any tanks or armored vehicles to destroy them.
Ready. Send mission.
Here is one.
Here, sir.
Okay, and we got it. That's cool. We are about to lose the Marines in that building. We also lost some in this one.
Ready to engage, sir.
But we are still holding.
Mortar ready. Send mission. Who wants a skylight for his house?
Marines in combat. What are your orders? Rock and roll. Marines here. We're under fire. Weapons team in combat. Marines in combat. Awaiting taking fire. Engaging.
Okay, this is really overwhelming now.
Mortar ready.
So hopefully this landing party can reach here soon.
Your crow catcher. Move.
Otherwise we are going to be overwhelmed.
Orders, sir.
For some reason this guy didn't fire.
Standing by.
Come on. Okay. We were able to destroy one of these by the main. But I don't know, this dragon didn't fire because of a bug or something.
Party's finally here. Time for the big show.
Great.
We're in combat.
Reaper 1, this is Overlord. 2 bandits heading your way. Bullseye 1109er. Engage and destroy. How copy? Over. 1-1 copy. Bangs out.
Wow. So now we enter a dogfight using fighters.
Rhino, mission ready.
And when you press C here, you actually fire the countermeasure, and we lost one fighter. It's an F-18 against, I think it's Sukhoi 27, if I'm not mistaken.
Target lock.
It's Sukhoi 30M. So yeah, we were able to dodge one of them, and I got to say,
Reaper 1, we got 2 more bandits on us. We need support.
the lane fighting here, the dogfight,
Reaper 2
is really
approaching the
fantastic.
AO. ETA any moment now.
Standing by. Engaging bandit.
I mean, it's magnificent.
This is Reaper 2-1.
Okay, we lost both of the aircraft. I think I got carried away by the details of this graphic.
Super Hornet copies. Super
Okay, we
Hornet
have 2
standing
more
by.
Super Hornets.
Padlock.
This time we are gonna destroy you guys.
Rhino here. Send mission. Over.
Okay,
Target
we
locked.
got one.
Engaging. Turning hot.
Okay, one remaining. F-18s, fire.
Fencing in.
Get that guy. Yes, and we got him. And we can see here the... oh, there is one guy still there. We can see here that the pilots actually can drop from the plane. So
Rhino copies.
this is really cool. And I think we will try to rescue them later even. So yeah, I have seen lots of dogfight before in other RTS games, and this one is just magnificent. This one is different.
Turning to new heading.
I mean, there is really some creative work in this. I love it, to be honest. And see the details of the lane, and you feel like the game has shifted completely from ground fighting to
Rhino
air
combat
fighting
ready.
or air combat. I'm just not attacking the other plane because I wanna see some of the details.
Proceeding as frag. Roger, flying there.
I wanna play with them a little bit. I really like what I can see here.
Changing course. New bearing set.
F-18E Super Hornets.
Super Hornet at your command. Inbound.
Okay, now we are gonna get that guy. Where is he? Yes,
Engaging bandit.
Sukhoi 30. He will not survive our F-18s.
This is Reaper Actual.
Yes. Oh, we lost one guy. Wow.
Copy that, Reaper. The landing craft are
I
on
think
their
I
way.
keep focusing
Protect them until they reach the shore.
and closing on the planes, and I forgot about the fight. I got carried away. This is really cool. Okay, so we have one left, and we have, I think, our troops is gonna land now. One of the things I wanted to mention is about actually
Super Hornet at your
the
command.
navigation. We have more planes coming. I think this is Sukhoi 25. That was one of the things that I'm talking about. It doesn't give you actually the
Rhino here.
information until you list like this. Also no stats, but I think it's Sukhoi 25. Basically the
Rhino, mission ready.
tank buster. We got 2 of them. Ah, there is another. Okay, I have no more weapons, I think. Oops! What are you doing? He came in front of it. And now he's trying to target our landing units. The details is really good. Okay, but we are almost there. So I was saying that one of the things I noticed that maybe I didn't speak about this, that you actually, in order to navigate through the map, you
The
will
troops
have
landed. Mission accomplished.
to-
Reaper out.
to use the arrows, which
Here's the
is
situation,
basically
Commander. Your group holding the fort has drawn the
Okay,
bulk
let's
of
hear
the
that
enemy
guy
force
first.
to the tip of the peninsula. Now, focus on the landing party. Your objective is to capture key buildings overlooking the main crossroads to cut their reinforcements and trap them. You need to hurry. Your men at the fort won't hold forever.
Okay, so I was saying that you need to navigate through the map using the arrows, which are here the W, A, S, and D keys, which you can find also in the F1 when you press F1. In other games, you can do that also by navigating through the mouse. So the mouse borders is not set up or is not static, but here you cannot do this. You have to move using the arrows, and some people like this. Some because I know that some of the guys or lots of guys who are using the RTS or playing RTS for a long time, they use the keys to navigate. But personally, I prefer to use the mouse, and it would be great if this feature is there. Hopefully, you will have that option maybe after the release. But for now, you can also only navigate through the keyboard keys to navigate the camera up and down and forward and backward.
Rocket barrage incoming! Keep your heads down!
Okay, there is a rocket barrage, so we need to withdraw these units fast, otherwise it can destroy our... It already... I think this red point on the LAV means it's immobilized. Still, there is no guide on what these
Cassandra, you welcome all your tourists around
icons
here.
means, or what these
We have
little...
detected the origin of the strike, Commander.
Info
A
means.
few cruise missiles from our destroyer will teach them good manner.
Armored transport engaged in combat.
Okay, we were fired upon by an MLRS, and they gave us a Tomahawk cruise.
Recon standing by. Marines Force Recon at your command.
So far this game has ground units, it has air units, and it features also naval units. I'm not sure if there is going to be some naval warfare. I hope there will, because I really like that. And it was one of the games, the best things that War Game Red Dragon actually offered, and we cannot see it now anymore in the Warno or other games. And I think they did some good job in air combat and ground combat, so I think they can do the same in naval warfare. Let's hope for that.
Armored transport, ready. Solid copy. Advance and report. Troop transport, standing by.
Okay, we are trying to advance our units. We need to take this key building before our troops in the fort,
Clear. Go ahead.
the east, basically getting overwhelmed and destroyed.
Clinching enemy position. Let's crush them.
We have some supplies, so we are trying to fix our units as well.
Sweeping area. Fly truck ready to transport. Armored transport reporting in. Troop transport ready.
So I thought about expanding east, trying to help. Here, as we can see, I sent one chopper, Super Stallion, to carry the pilots, because these pilots can be reused
Extraction point
with
received.
other fighters later. So, as I said, every unit here counts and every unit matters. That poor guy there, maybe we cannot risk him. He's so far, and I think there are some anti-air weapons. But at least we can rescue these three guys.
Rolling into combat. Heavy cab. Ready to roll.
Okay, we have some Abrams tanks here to support our advancing infantry.
Reconnaissance.
So I'm moving in two directions at the same time. I'm moving to the east and I'm moving to the center. And we should do this fast.
Troop transport reporting in. Moving to contact.
Marines at your orders, sir. U.S. Marine, lock and load. We're moving. U.S. Marines, ready for weapons here.
Lab awaiting order.
Okay, this is an anti-air
Rumble.
unit. And we have the M1A1s moving forward as well.
And report.
Fire and maneuver.
These were the mortars who were firing at us, so now we are gonna destroy them on the right.
Position. The higher they fly, the further they fall.
Okay, we have some Mi-24 helicopters coming. So good, we have some anti-air. I'm bringing some Dragoons also for the tanks. We can only bring reinforcement now using planes for some reason.
Heavy lift here. Solid copy. Flying to rendezvous. Pick up coordinates received.
Destroyer at your command. I want all
Okay, I am firing now on the market positions for the MLRS to destroy them, to avoid having
Air defense at your
them
disposal, sir.
firing another barrage on us. Okay, we got the troopers, and we can see the Tomahawk crews
Transport standing by.
going over the building to the other side.
Armored transport reporting in. Fast landing assistance. What can I do for you?
Swift, silent, advance to target location. All eight burnt
We got one, then I think we should destroy the other one. Okay, we have this anti-air unit here, which is firing our LAVs.
Once a Marine, always a Marine. Double time. Lock and load.
Okay, let's try to destroy it using the anti-tank weapons.
Enemy MLRS destroyed. So,
Great.
who's got the biggest stick now, huh? Ready for combat. New orders. We lead the assault fire. Roger that. We're engaging. Roger, attacking the enemy. Marines in combat.
Okay, we got one at least, so that's good.
Marines here. We are engaged.
Cargo truck ready.
You won't find a faster lawnmower. Delivery point received.
Marines in combat. Requesting orders. I love big guns. Move and secure. Go. Weapons team at your orders. Force recon in combat. Keep it tight. Follow me.
Lab reporting in. M1 Abrams. Warmed up. Get ready to
Okay, I'm trying to advance the Abrams here to support This recon unit is being hammered.
Orcon ready. Affirmative. Entering building. Lab here. Go ahead.
Let's move up the LAVs a little bit.
Pedal to the metal. Fly truck ready to transport. U.S. Marine ready for combat. Get in that building. Set up a base of fire. Anybody home? Heavy armor is on the field. Fire and maneuver. Armored cap clinching the enemy. Get your asses in that building. Copy. We take that building. Marines here. We're in combat. Get your
By the way, we do have also some air support that we can use. I mean, we can bring the F-18s back from the air tab, and there is also a Harrier which you can bring that can do strafing run and bombing run. But I tried that on other when I played this before, and it didn't work. For some reason, the Harrier wouldn't fire. I'm not sure if I was using that wrongly or it is just bugged. So I decided not to use it this time.
Get in that building! Let's take that building! Marines, at your orders, sir! We take that building! Lab here. Pushing forward. Heavy cav is on the field.
Okay, the Abrams are trying to support the advancing
You need to
infantry.
hurry. Your men at the fort won't hold forever.
Yeah, this guy's sitting on top of our head since the start of this mission, so I think we need to hurry. Okay, other helicopters coming.
Destroy. Pushing forward. Reconnaissance, ready for action. Recon vehicle, send traffic, over. Abrams here, we're combat ready. Rolling into combat. Force recon standing by. Check that building. Lab ready.
Okay, we are going to try to support these units here.
Personal carrier ready. Need supplies?
We brought the supplies here
U.S. Marines.
so we can
Ready.
supply our units, and we have another supply on the left side.
New flight path set. Osprey is mission ready. Thrusting forward.
U.S. Marines, ready for duty. Heavy armor is on the field. Crush 'em.
Oops, what is this Osprey doing here?
Destroyer standing by. All weapons shoot on this position.
Okay, we are gonna use the Tomahawk to target some of the buildings.
Roger, move and secure. Anti-armor here. Heavy armor is ready to rumble. Heavy cav is on the field.
And we got the building.
Engage. Lab here. Moving a new fighting position.
We got the helicopters as well.
Hoorah! Inland Abrams, warmed up and ready to go.
We don't have so many troops on the ground, so we need to bring more, I think.
Marines! Heavy cavalry ready for action. Clinching enemy position. Engage and destroy. Marines at your command, sir. Lambert destroyer standing by.
I wanna actually occupy that high riser
U.S. Marine, hoorah!
to
AT specialists at your disposal.
keep, I mean, those buildings over there on the east. Okay, I'm bringing more infantry, more marines basically.
CH-53.
Okay, we forgot about these guys, so let's bring them home.
U.S. Marines, ready for duty. Orcon, engaged in combat. Marines in combat, awaiting command. Fucking move. Air defense here. We're combat ready. Marines engaged in combat.
Okay, we ambushed one of them, of their units there. This is now
Marines, at your order.
a city fight, an urban fight,
Set up a base of fire.
which is going to be very difficult for vehicles because
With secure.
this is a street to
Mission's
street
over.
fight now,
RTB.
and it's gonna be
Osprey,
tough.
ready. Approaching the drop zone.
Heavy weapons team in combat.
One of the things also about this dropping infantry or dropping units from the transports is that you have to actually press U, for example, or press that button to exit them, and then press on the map. So there is no hotkey that we can use to just drop them where they are, unless you just choose the transport and press on the unit itself so it can get out. But in that case you will have to do it one by one, so it's gonna be tough. I wish that there is some button that you can press and then the units will just go out without having to specify a location on the map to drop them out. It will be easier, especially for micromanagement. Okay, we are trying to target this tank.
RTB.
Let's try to destroy it.
Heavy cav in combat. Back
It's firing on the Abrams.
your command, sir.
Okay, we almost there.
Double dogs here. Marines at your command, sir. Get your asses in that building.
Come on, destroy it.
Engaging.
Yes, we got it.
Rangers here. We're engaged.
We are advancing slowly. We need to advance faster than this. Other than this guy is going to yell at us now.
Is in the air. Cargo
This is what I'm talking about. We have to press like this, and then the transport will go to the location. I wish that there was just a button that you press, and then they will just unload to wherever they are.
Orcon here. Heavy cav ready to rumble. Armored Fury is on its way. Destroyer here. Marines! Copy. We take that building. Check your quarters. Abrams here. We're combat ready. Words.
Okay, I'm trying to secure my flank on the west side. I don't have so many troops there, and I can see some units coming from that side from time to time. And at the same time, I'm trying to advancing here to take the last 3 buildings, but these guys are making it so difficult. The AI is putting a fight there.
Destroyer ready. Target located. Activating weapons. M1 Abrams warmed up and ready to go. Heavy cavalry ready for action. Once a Marine, always a Marine. Move, shoot, communicate. Force recon ready. Marines at your orders, sir.
Back to the farm.
Okay, I'm pushing new fresh Marines.
We're done here. RTB.
Marines at your command, sir. Target received. Engaging.
Bringing more.
Heavy cav is on the field.
Time is of the essence now.
Armored cav blitzing the enemy.
Don't have much time, even though there is no timer, but
Engage and destroy.
it doesn't give you much time actually to take these buildings.
Heavy armor is on the field.
So these guys are trying to flank us and take that building, but I have some Marines there.
Logistics ready. Heavy armor in combat.
There is a tank fight here.
Heavy cav in combat. Heavy armor here. We're engaged.
This tank has rockets,
Possible.
so
Anti-tank team standing by.
I'm hiding my
All hands.
Abrams
Destroyer at your order.
behind the building. They are badly affected, so that's why I'm trying now to move this transport. It's of no use in far.
CH-53,
They are
copy.
so far.
Heads up, instant delivery.
Okay, I fired the Tomahawk. Oof. That Tomahawk impacted me more.
US Marine. Gain ground.
So there was no... it's becoming hard sometimes to use these Tomahawks because they hit other buildings in the middle. Okay, let's bring some troops.
Logistics ready. Rolling on double nickel. Breakers in combat. What are your orders?
You're too slow, Commander.
We
Too
destroyed
many
that tank.
enemies are reinforcing the assault against the fort. It will not hold.
Oh, it will hold. Yes.
Need some heavy firepower.
Shut up and let us do the mission.
US Marine. Ready for combat.
So we don't have much time, we need to hurry. I brought fresh troops and I'm bringing the supply to basically resupply these tanks. We got rid of some of the tanks there, so I think the road should be clear. The moment we supply these tanks, we are gonna start moving back again,
Breakers under fire. What are your orders?
advancing.
Abrams, ready to roll. Destroyer at your command. Heavy armor is ready to roll. Heavy cav
Oh,
ready to roll.
these guys have some anti-tank weapons.
On the field. Let's crush 'em.
So
Marines in combat. Away command. Clear. Marines here. We're under fire.
fire the Tomahawk.
10 Roger. Stop it when we contact.
Our supplies are
You need something lifted?
finished in this region. We don't have any more supplies. This is the only supply box we have now, or supply ammo we have now, near those Abrams. I think that is also gone. Yeah. We'll push all the 3 Abrams now here, and we keep one in the back.
US Marines ready for duty. Establish a base of fire in that building.
There is still one tank there. This is bad.
Ollie first destroyer ready. Ollie first destroyer here.
Ooh. 3 rockets. Wow. We have some people anti-tank squads in this area.
The Osprey is in the air.
Wow, this came too close.
Motor aircraft here.
Wow, wow, wow.
Front.
I shouldn't bring them that close. But the Osprey is also doing a support. But I think we are gonna lose these units. Ooh, we lost one. That was bad. Lost one of the Marines. We should withdraw this Osprey. Back. They have lots of anti-air and anti-tank. So this is a street-to-street fight. It's very difficult. We are gonna fire the Tomahawks against those buildings. Finally, we got that tank. I hope this was the last tank in that area.
Force recon here. Marines here. We are engaged.
This is street-to-street fight now.
Abrams ready to roll. AT specialist here. Go ahead.
Okay, the Tomahawk is coming and we got that building. Let's fire on the other building also. I think we should do that. First, let's get rid of all of these infantry. This is a mess.
Marines at your command, sir. Check that building. Get in that building.
The Abrams are holding at this place against coming units, and we are trying to advance the infantry even more to get the last two positions. We are encountering heavy resistance. Okay, we fired this Tomahawk and we got rid of that. That's great. Okay, now we can move our troops to take that building.
Lab here. We're combat ready. Roger. We're Oscar Mike. Hey, check out this bridge you're cruising forward. Engage anything that
We are almost there.
destroyer at your orders.
Just have to
All weapons shoot on this position.
hold a little longer or try to get this building before
Marines at your command.
our troops are overwhelmed.
Command, sir. Abrams here. We're in combat. Destroyer ready.
It's firing another Tomahawk. Okay, that is great. We keep firing on these buildings because they have lots of anti-tank infantry over there. I'm trying to bring more troops.
U.S. Marine, ready for duty. U.S. Marine, hoorah! Lab standing by. Roger. Moving to next waypoint.
Advancing and pushing hard.
Rock up, we're moving. Get your asses in that building. Marines,
Finally, we took that building.
fire and maneuver. Hoorah! Solid copy. Advance and report. Cargo truck ready. I love big guns. I want a base of fire in that building.
Osprey is
Okay, more troops, more fresh troops are coming.
You got something to lift? Heavy lift ready. Emergency unload.
The enemy is cut off. They will probably try to break the encirclement by attacking us from both sides at once.
Okay,
The landing crafts are coming back with a new wave of reinforcements. Tighten up your positions and hold until the enemy assaults run out of steam.
to be honest, we were able to take these positions, but we are not in a good position to defend. So I'm not sure. We need to reorganize ourselves very fast
At your orders, sir.
for a defense.
That building. Hey, check out this Rooster Cruiser they gave me.
Osprey ready. CH-53 heavy lift helicopter awaiting mission.
Heavy weapons here.
I'm sending back the transports,
Hoorah! Establish a base
moving
of fire.
especially this area on the right flank is not properly
Run as fast as your dog.
having troops to defend it.
Osprey at your command.
We only have one tank on the middle and one tank on the left.
New flight plan received.
So I think the left has a better chance to survive, but the right side is really not prepared. Let's bring more troops, but we don't have more helicopters. We have to wait until they go back.
In the air.
Now they still have anti-air in the area, so let's bring this one back.
Double dogs here.
And they have helicopters also.
Lab here. We're in combat right there. Once a Marine, always a Marine. Marines taking fire.
They are coming from all directions now. This is an overwhelming attack.
Air defense at your disposal, sir. We're engaged.
You were able to destroy some of our troops.
Copy. Relocating. M1 Abrams here. Good copy. Next waypoint received.
Mission's over. We're out.
And we have some reinforcement coming. That's good.
Fly truck ready to transport. Someone asked for a
It will be very hard though.
copy. Advance and report.
These guys are overwhelming from all position,
Left. Awaiting order. Fire in
from everywhere basically. They are coming.
Heavy armor is ready to rumble. Driving to coordinates.
I requested the Hornet, but it did not show up.
On ass, everybody.
I have to do it again, or okay, I'm using now the Tomahawk as well, trying to
We're in combat. Ass is out.
stop this overwhelming
Flap here. Go ahead.
attack.
Reconnaissance.
So far we are holding good.
Disembark. Lab ready for combat.
I'm not sure until when. Oh, they have big queue of tanks coming from the north.
Already there. Your eyes and ears, sir. Lab at your command, sir. Back out.
We have large number of heavy tanks moving forward.
Heavy cab is on the field.
We have our Abrams also coming. They were able to take one of the positions.
We have a building to secure.
You have lost one of your objectives, Commander. Retake it before enemies can step into
Okay,
the breach.
okay. We will.
We're moving. Armored transport. Standing by.
Wow, they are approaching with armored tanks from everywhere now.
Standing by. Air defense here. We're combat ready.
This is very difficult. So the Abrams will not be able to hold against this big number of tanks.
Heavy weapons team taking fire. Go, boys. Light 'em up. US Marine, check that building. Heavy armor is on the field. Solid copy.
We lost another building.
Logistics ready.
You have lost one of your objectives, Commander. Retake it before the enemy can widen the gap.
It looks like we are gonna lose this. The numbers of the units that they are attacking with are really overwhelming.
Engaging force.
We have one Abram left on that side.
You have lost one of your objectives, Commander.
Okay,
Retake
time
it
to
before enemies
bring
can
the-
step into the breach.
Cobras.
Abrams here. We're combat ready to destroy. Moving as ordered. Move and engage. M1 Abrams ready for maneuver. Logi here, set trap. Let's dump that. Flap here. We're under fire. Heavy armor engaged.
Wow.
Orcon here.
They are approaching from everywhere.
Abrams here. We're engaged. Viper awaiting mission.
Okay, Vipers, let's attack.
Viper ready for combat. Viper here. Heavy cab engaged in combat. Marines standing by. Get your ass.
We are trying to retake the positions back. We got one of the buildings back.
Viper.
Wow, they still have anti-air. Damn
Ready
it.
for line there now. Maximum power.
Okay, but we were able at least to get the tanks.
This is it, Commander. They have spent everything they have.
Nice.
The stragglers just radioed in. They're surrendering. We hold the harbor and the canal. Mission accomplished.
Great. So we were able to finish this mission. With a victory. We destroyed 234. I'm not sure what exactly, but maybe the whole thing. And lost 80. And we achieved almost all of the missions. So this is it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I'm really hoping and looking forward to see the full release of this game. And I hope that you enjoyed and see you in future games.